Hello, fellow referees. Thank you for taking the time to view this presentation. It's just going to convey some basic assignment information, give you a little bit of background on me and the process that I'm going to be using to assign. I look forward to working with you throughout the season. I'd like to give you just a brief introduction and background about me. My name is Tim Wool. If I have not met you, I'm certainly looking forward to meeting you. I have been a soccer official here in the state of Georgia for 35 years. I have prior assignment experience when I lived in Athens and actually assigned for the NEGSR group that has since dissolved and has been incorporated into GSOA. I'm going to be assisted by my wife, Kim, who just recently retired, so she's going to be able to help me out quite a bit throughout the season. Okay, here's the contact information I want you to use. I'm sure many of you have my cell phone number and my personal email address, and that's fine. But when it comes to assigning and reaching out with any questions or concerns or to report anything, I'm going to ask you to use this phone number, the 770-978-0072. You may recognize that number. That's the same number that Kay used. You can use that both for voice and text. So please feel free to contact us that way or send emails to assigner@gsoa.net. And it's kind of important that we use this single entry point. This way, if I can't answer your call at the time or I'm on the line with somebody else, my wife, who's going to be assisting in the assigning, will be able to see the same information and be able to respond to you quickly. So please make sure you use this information. We've made some improvements to the website over the summer to make things a little bit easier for you to use and to convey a little bit more information. So on the main page, you'll see that the commissioner that's assigned to you is in the upper right-hand corner. There's an area for your season statistics, which will list the number of games that you have completed, your total number of game fees, an estimate of your travel fee, and then an estimate of the total for the whole season. I will tell you that this information is not dynamically calculated. It'll be calculated every night at midnight. So if you go into the system and enter your information for a game, it will not automatically recalculate. It'll be done at midnight. And then if you notice any discrepancies in the number of games or your game fees, please feel free to email me at assigner@gsoa.net. Before the start of the season, log into your GSOA account on the website and make sure that your contact information is correct. You can see your contact information by clicking on the button that says Contact Information. Check your addresses, mailing address, and mileage address. We use the mileage address to do an audit when people are entering miles from a certain venue to your place of residence. If you're a college student, your mileage address may be the school, but if we were to mail something, the mailing address may be your parents' home. So just make sure that that's up to date. The next thing is, I really don't care about the home number or the work number. I just need you to make sure that your primary number, the cell phone number, is correct. And also, if you would like to receive text messages, make sure that you check the SMS box. I don't automatically send these unless the box is checked. And then we have two spaces for email addresses. Really, the only one I want to really deal with is the primary email address. Make sure that's correct. And then lastly, it's update your shirt size in the system, because if we have to order either Ironman shirts or polo shirts, we already have that information and it's easy for us to gather together. Okay, let's talk about how you tell me if you're available or not. I mean, I know that Kay has done this many different ways in the past. She had spreadsheets and so on and so forth. We have 360 referees, and it's really hard to juggle that and work through that. I think the best way that I want to do it is use the availability function on the website. I know it's not the most perfect interface, but it is very effective of getting that information to make it easy for me to know whether or not you can officiate at a certain time and date. And you're going to have to work at keeping it up to date because I realize that availability changes from day to day, week to week. But it is going to be my primary mode of knowing when you're available or not available. The other thing that we use the availability function for is we use it to estimate the maximum number of games on any given day that we can handle, because we can just query the database and find out that, well, on a given Tuesday, while we might have 370 referees, the availability actually shows that only 220 are available, so that we can make an informed decision on whether or not to accept or decline a game from a school on that day. So again, I'm asking you to make sure that you use this function. Let's just talk a little bit about the guidelines and procedures for officiating and taking assignments. This information is actually on our main webpage. You can go to it. It's under the referee information. Feel free to, you should actually read all of this information prior to the start of the season. And it lays out, the assignment process, things that you should be doing on the day of the game, after the game, and further down on the page, what to do if something happens. So please review this information on the website. It's critical for you. Some changes in the procedures that we'll be using this year is there'll be real-time notification of when you've been assigned a game. In the past, unless Kay texted you to check the website or called you, there was a script that runs every night at midnight on the website that sends you that email that, hey, you've got unaccepted assignments. Now, when we assign a game to you and it's released, you will get an email from the website, like the one that's depicted here, that has the date, time, the level, gender, location, and the teams that you've been assigned to. So you can see that right here in the email. And it'll also, if you set up for SMS, it'll also send you a text message. And the text message looks like this. Now keep in mind that there is a character limit for this. So for the people that do many games in a week, this might be truncated. So you're going to have to look at relying on your email and logging onto the website to get the rest of the details. Another change of procedures, and this is actually one that Kay suggested that we do, is that we send out reminders for upcoming games. It turns out we're doing the same thing for the schools. On Thursdays, they will get an email from the website telling them what we believe their home games are for the next week. This way, if there's anything that needs to be changed, they can do it on Friday, and then we can make the appropriate adjustments over the weekend. Same thing's true with the referees. We won't be sending it out on a Thursday. I'm probably going to be sending it out on a Saturday morning. It'll have your upcoming assignments for the following week. And another thing that was asked for by people, and I guess I've been guilty of it over the years, I showed up at the field and there'd be nobody there because I thought it was on a certain day and it was on a different day. So this reminder actually has the day and the date, date, time, and location of the games that you've been assigned to for the coming week. And as well as the unaccepted games, the reminders, you will send a text message, again with the same caveat that there is a limit on the number of characters that could be in a text message. All right, let's just talk a little bit about issues of the day of the game. Everybody realizes things happen and things change, and you may have accepted a game, but now you can't make it on the day of the game. The only thing we ask is that if you could give us at least 4 hours notice so that we can get you replaced. Working with Kay in the past, we know that when this happens, there's a ripple effect that makes it very, very difficult to do stuff in a short period of time when it comes to moving referees around. And the other thing is if you're running late and, in the Atlanta metro area, this is very easy to occur, that things that happen that you can't control. Let your partner know. And if you can't reach your partner, let me know so that we can let the people at the field know that you're running late. If you need help in directions to the field or contacting your partner, just feel free to reach out and and contact us for that information. Okay, if you have any issues at the field, like no teams are there or only one team is at the game site, or your partner has not shown up yet, please give me a call. I can verify to make sure that one, that you're at the right field, or two, I can reach out to the coach or the AD to find out what happens to the game and give you some instruction on what to do from there. If your partner has not shown up, I'm hoping that you would have reached out and communicated with your partner prior to game day to get everything worked out. But if he hasn't shown up and you don't know why, contact me and we'll reach out and try to find out where your partner's at. If for any reason the game is not played, no team showed up, or the field is unplayable, do not enter a game score on the website because this game has to be coded in such a way that it's billed appropriately to the school. All right, let's just talk about the procedure for after the game. GHSA and GSOA want you to get out of there. No matter what's going on, get out of there. If anything occurs on the field that could make the newspaper, fight, fan disruption, something that's way out of the ordinary, something that we need to make sure that we have information before anybody else does. After you leave the field and are in a safe place, you need to call GSOA President Mark Sweat at his phone number that's given here. If he doesn't answer, because he's probably out on the field doing the dozen games that he's going to do this year, give me a call and I will make sure that he gets the information. Once you get home, make sure that you submit any game reports online within 24 hours and then enter the mileage and game score on the website. All right, that's all I have for now. I look forward to working with all of you. If you have any questions, concerns, or any problems, please feel free to give me a call. I'll be more than happy to discuss it with you. Have a great season.